I don't know how you didn't see any red flags if that's the friendship you've got. He's got no connection to you at all. The absolute entitlement of some people. r/entitled people, where people tell stories of people who think the world revolves around themselves. Yay! I'm sure we all know someone like that. This post is by Where's My Chin? Man on phone in movie theater. Oh boy, aren't those common. I used to love going to the theater, but in the last 5 to 10 years, it feels like people have totally forgotten how to behave in shared spaces. I was seeing a movie a few days ago, and right before the movie began, a man came in while talking on the phone. He sits down next to me, hangs up the call, but doesn't put his phone away. For 30 minutes into the movie, he is non-stop texting, looking at Facebook, etc., glued to his phone with the brightness on full. I finally had enough, so I turned to him and whispered, "Please put away your phone, it's distracting." He looked at me, got immediately angry and yelled, "Why don't you mind your own effing business?" I was so taken aback that I just stared at him and eventually said, "Okay dude." He put his phone away, but for the next 90 minutes, he was just stewing in anger, fidgeting in his seat, shooting me nasty glares, loudly exhaling. The moment the movie ended, he shot up out of his seat and rushed out of the theater. He was so unbelievably bothered that a stranger dare ask him to conform to the basic etiquette of seeing a movie. I don't get why people even bother to buy a ticket to a movie when they just play on their phones the whole time. It baffles me. People can't just turn off their phones for 2 hours to enjoy something. Just stay home, dude. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's so common these days. We see people in the theater just on their phones. Like, guys, you came to the theater to turn those things off, to watch this thing collectively with other people and have a communal experience. And instead, you're over here completely disconnecting from the rest of the people in there. And then you have the audacity to get mad at the person when they tell you, "Hey, you're here for a group experience. Why don't you be a part of the group? After all, you chose to be here." And then they get mad. They're like, no, you shut up. You shut up. That's so weird, man. Why is that so common? This post is by Physical Ad 3383. Your boyfriend has a car. Of course he has to carry stuff for me. This reminds me of that trend when people are talking about, of course blah blah blah, I'm blah blah blah. I'm not sure if that's gonna make any sense. Hopefully I put something on the screen, but we'll see. I'd cut off an entitled friend, let's call her C, for a month, and I am more peaceful and happy. This morning, my boyfriend was clearing some old photos in his phone. He found some screenshots of my conversations with C, and we had a good laugh. Here is the story. C loves rabbits, and she helps volunteers in a rabbit organization. One day, C told me a volunteer's pet died and is giving out a big rabbit cage for free. C wants it. A volunteer told her to pick it up or he could help her to call Uber. C doesn't want to pay the Uber fee. Lovely. She asked me to tell my boyfriend to pick it up for her. But my boyfriend does not have a car. He is just driving the company's car during work. I told her my boyfriend was busy. She replied, "Why can't he pick it up for me after work?" If my boyfriend agrees to help, he will need to go pick up the package, deliver it to C's home, and finally return the car to the company. It may take more than 2 hours. I said it's not convenient, and if he returns the car so late, the company may ask him why. Then she said, "I don't care, your boyfriend has a car. Of course he has to carry stuff for me." Eventually we did not help. She paid the Uber fee. Oh, thank God. I found myself so stupid to have engaged in this friendship, quote unquote, for so long, but at least the memories turned into comedy, lol. I don't know how you didn't see any red flags if that's the friendship you've got. What do you mean, of course? It was of the assumption that he'd do stuff for you? What? He's got no connection to you at all. By the sounds of it, OP didn't even have a connection to you. You were just using her. The absolute entitlement of some people. Let's see what the comments have to say. People weird how you volunteer/demand someone else's time. Yeah, I know, right? The audacity to say, "Oh no, he can do that. He can do that. It's fine. Yes, I have no connection to him. That doesn't matter. It's fine." This next post is by Metamorphosis. Last night, my friend invited me to a dinner gathering with 10 other people. This friend likes to mix his different friend groups together, so many of us do not know each other. We introduced ourselves. The lady said she was divorced and had 3 children, all of whom were university graduates. She was rich and looking for a partner to clean her toilet daily. I was at a table of 4 with my friend, my boyfriend, and another guy, and she was at the table next to us. us. She seemed to be interested in the guy at my table, as she tried a few times to join the conversation whenever he talked, and she kept complaining she was cold. Our tables are in the open air area. My friend suggested she stay inside for a while. After we finished the meal, we could change the place to grab a drink. She refused and just continued to complain that she was cold. Later, she turned to the guy and told him to lend her his jacket. He said no because he was comfortable now and did not want to take it off. She was angry and said he wasn't a gentleman. He did not know how to take care of ladies. The man replied, "Why can't you take care of yourself? You should be good at looking after people. After all, you raised 3 university graduate kids successfully, didn't you?" The lady was angry and immediately left. My friend, who invited us to the dinner, said she had told all their common friends that she had been abused. That's insane. I hope she's not still your friend, OP. Damn. It's not like they can do anything about the weather. What, you want them to just give you their jacket because you think that it's formidable? Dude, if they want to keep their jacket, they should be able to keep their jacket. This post is by Rosita Vampiro. Men tried to prove I'm not a nerd, then asked me out? Huh? Hi. So this happened yesterday when I was out shopping. I went to a specific mall/gallery that only has anime/video games/K-pop/alt culture related stores. There are plenty of these in my city, and around this one is full of Asian convenience stores, cute cafes, etc. So it's usually a busy area with lots of weebs, myself included. There are also many trading card game shops nearby. I wanted to go to a specific store to buy a Procure Cookie Charm blind bag, but the store was closed, so I went to a Pokemon TCG store to buy a card that my fiance was looking for. At the store, a man in his 40s approached me and asked if I played the TCG. I told him no, that I was only interested in collecting and that my partner was the player. The man gave me a strange look and said something like, "Typical of a little girl. I'm an adult, by the way." He started asking me which Pokemon I like to collect. I answered him coldly because I really wasn't interested in talking to him, but he kept trying to talk to me. He was not being friendly at all, by the way. His tone was very condescending. I don't mind friendly small talk, but this wasn't it. Bro thinks he's in an anime right now. He is not in the same reality as us. I guess he noticed the pins in my bag because he started asking me about the anime I like. I kept answering coldly, and he started saying that I probably only bought them because they're trendy and that's why my answers didn't reflect the true knowledge of a deep fan. He then started asking me trick questions to test my knowledge about certain anime, but at that point I just decided to give him a weird look. He said he was sorry if being proven to be a poser made me feel bad and offered to buy me a coffee to educate me properly. He also called me pretty for being a poser. I reminded him that I have a partner, and by that time the saleswoman had realized the situation and intervened, asking him if he needed help with anything. I didn't find the card I needed, but I did find a man who felt entitled to my time to question me, to call me a poser, and then on top of that, invite me for coffee afterwards? Not the weirdest one I've met, but he was the most entitled yet. Or maybe I am overreacting, I don't know. That's insane. And the fact that he called you a little girl, is he like, what was he looking for? Why'd he say that? Dude thinks he's in an anime, or maybe he's learned to pick up women from a Reddit forum, or from a 4chan forum, because that is the only way you'd end up acting like that, right? Am I overreacting? I don't think so. I guess you can let me know in the comments below though. He kinda seemed like a, how should I say this, a map person. Kinda the only way I could say that without YouTube, you know, cutting me down, but that's fine, that's fine. I think you guys know what I mean. This post is by Bang Pan X in Fires. You're rude for not helping me buy a ticket even though the train is already arriving. Ah yes, the common scenario. Met the most awful person today. I was rushing to catch the train to work, it was already arriving, when this woman standing in front of the ticket machines asks me how to buy a train ticket. I hear the train arriving, so I panic and say, I don't know, I have to go. I run for the train and barely make it on. Then somehow this woman also gets on the train in time and says to the train employee, thanks for your help. I asked this girl at first, but she was so rude. Then she passes me and says, thanks for your help, which was non-existent. I reply with something like, how was I supposed to help? The train was already coming. And she says, by being selfless and helpful. This pisses me the Fuck off. There's a time and place to be selfless and helpful, but I was about to miss my train for work. Before I get off the train, I tell her, all I said was, I don't know, I have to go. I was rushing to go to work. Then she goes, doesn't matter, implying that I should have helped her despite this. I tell her that she's not entitled to anyone's help, and she retorts, you're not entitled to speak to me that way. At this point, I'm like, huh? And tell her that she's not entitled to say thanks for your help, which is non-existent. Then she goes like, but you were unhelpful. I'm done with this conversation. Bro, you are talking to a brick wall right now. You should just walk away. Completely ruin my day. I'm not normally a confrontational person, but she was making my blood boil. Why should I risk my job to help her with her train ticket? Sure, the train employee helped her, but it's their fucking job, not mine. Besides, she was right in front of the ticket machine that literally has a huge button saying buy a ticket. I didn't have time to ask her to elaborate on what she needs help with. I really don't know how she managed to buy a ticket and make it onto the train. I'd like to think that she didn't have one and got kicked off the train when the employees go around checking people's tickets. What are you even supposed to do in that scenario? Thanks for your help, which was non-existent? Maybe just say, you're welcome, and then completely ignore the person for the rest. Because man, what were you supposed to do? You were going to run late for work. Like, does your life not matter as much as theirs according to them? World does not revolve around them. And I think that's the common vibe in these stories, is that the world does not revolve around these people. And it's like they can't grasp individual lives that matter just as much as themselves. All they are focused on is themselves. And they're like, well, I'm the only one with experiences. I'm the only one that gets to feel cold or have a car. So, you should do what I say. And that's just so selfish. Talking about being selfless, how about thinking about the fact that other people have lives? You don't know what OP was going through. You have no idea. This was r/entitledpeople. If you enjoyed this, make sure to let me know in the comments below and consider checking out some other videos on the channel. Also, make sure to smash the subscribe button below. 98% of people that watch aren't even subscribed, and I post new Reddit content every single day.